Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, doing my best impression of David Hockney whilst in the kitchen with a washing machine going, so perfect scenery to do a beer review. And I always seem to do clay brow in the kitchen. Of course, an extremely local microbrewery or Nano Brewery, and yeah, a big fan of these guys. Neil is an absolutely fantastic brewer, and it's good to see that his beers making their way obviously locally, but a little bit further out than you would expect. So this is one that Adam, aka Mersey Beers, kindly gifted to me, and we will be doing, we may have already done it, probably not, it depends how soon I upload this video, to be honest. We will be doing a little bit of a clay brow live stream, looking at a few different beers, because it's literally, I've said it, a stone's throw, and yeah, I've had some really interesting beers. So this is Misty Fell Double IPA, clocking in at 8% ABV, and a lovely photographic label. So a full rounded body for that full mouthfeel, hopped with Mosaic, Eclipse, Cascade and Simcoe to give taste and aroma of lychee, citrus peel, mandarins, grapefruit. So take a bit of time out and chill. Sounds absolutely lovely. Reviewed a few beers on the channel, so I do implore you guys to go check those reviews out, as well as Claybrow. Any social media links I can find, well, I think it's on Facebook, Instagram, so those links will be in the description. And if you are somewhat local to like the Skelmersdale area or in the northwest, definitely worth seeking out if you come across them. I think there's a couple of places now that are selling their beers, and yeah, it's just really good to see, very good to see. And if he's watching, you should definitely do some form of a collaboration with Gracious Grub. He'll know, he'll know. I've yet to be there, it's literally at the top of my road. But yeah, it's so much untapped potential in my sort of local area. And it's actually only really been since I've got to know Adam, aka Mersey Beers, that he's just opened my eyes, you know, to a lot more local options, especially in the sort of the general sort of Merseyside, Lancashire sort of area. So you don't always have to hop on a train to a place like Manchester in the northwest to get really good beer, because you don't know what's on your doorstep, and that's the beauty of this all. I've drank some really good somewhat local breweries, and we're even going for a drink in Southport, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, beer in the glass then, and that is a dirty looking beer. I like the look of that. It's not bright, it's not, you know, pin bright yellow, even though pin bright sort of means clear. It's a nice, dark, dank, sort of like old school, if you could call it that, New England IPA in terms of the appearance. That's more sort of like, mind you, Misty Fell just says double IPA. See, I need to stop that habit of just instantly going to the New England side of things. So, because this just shows you how awful I am as a beer reviewer. Because that is clearly more along the lines of the West Coast. But I do remember when a lot of the UK and European breweries were starting to get into the whole New England side of things. You get a lot of efforts like this, just like dirty, thick, and just you know, it just looks like it's going to be packed full of flavour. Anyway, 3 figures worth, somehow took myself out of that hole. 3 figures worth of a nice soft beige looking head. I'm not going to retake this video. I like to put my mistakes in because, you know, as Raggy says, we're all individuals and nobody's perfect. But it looks like a lovely beer nonetheless. Ooh, I was going to say I'm not getting too much because of that head. That's down to me. But I'm getting those sort of like, you know, Rantries fruit pastel, sort of like Haribo sweets. A little bit of a sweet candied orange peel. There's a lovely breadiness coming from that head. See if I can get anything from the can. Oh yeah. Zesty. It's got that slight dankness about it. Smells really good, so let's give it a taste. Cheers, guys. Whoa. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, it's clearly more in line with the sort of like old school West Coast double IPAs. Big bitterness throughout. See, I find that a lot of modern breweries, when they try and do what they call a West Coast style, it has those like slight characteristics, but misses the mark. But this, for me, it's big, it's resinous, lovely grapefruit bitterness, like you've just took a big mouthful of grapefruit juice straight out the carton. But again, a lovely sort of brown bread character, a cheeky, spicy like rye flavour coming through as well. I hope you can hear me okay over that washing machine. I pick me moments, don't know. I'm just about to cook myself some egg fried rice for my lunch tomorrow. And I always like to have a drink when I'm cooking. I always like to just have a drink anyway, really, so I'm trying to pour it so it doesn't aggravate that head. Lovely flavour right on the back end. This residual sweet, dense bitterness. Tell you what, that's absolutely cracking. I think, aside from the milk stout that I had, which was my first Claybrow beer on cask in Wigan Central, which was when I found out about Claybrow, and then just sort of like, it's one of those things that you get, you discover a brewery, lovely carbonation, and I've just had a KFC not too long ago, so that's playing a part in my indigestion. I'm probably gonna, we won't go there. Let me just say that's going to look like a certain toilet a little bit later on tonight. Sorry. But what was I trying to say? Yeah, this is probably, up to this point, my favourite Claybrow beer that I've had. That's absolutely wonderful. It really, really is. Awesome stuff. You know, you don't have to have even a moderate sized sort of brewing kit or facility to brew good beer. It's down to the brewer, and yeah, there's just a consistent quality throughout these beers, and it'd be good to see potentially some of his beers going into some of the local pubs. I think this would definitely go down well in the Hare and Hounds, or even, you know, the Plough and Arrow, as well as any other sort of pub. If they had just a line of like a bitter or something, or a pale ale, God, that'd be fantastic. A little bit more of an incentive to go drinking around Skam. Not that there aren't, you know, good pubs. I've had some fantastic nights in Skam. But yeah, lovely stuff indeed. So, and he's on Twitter as well, and Untappd. And yeah, Adam, thank you so much for kindly gifting me this. What an absolute banger that is. And if you've not drank, well, I'll be messaging you after this review anyway, but absolute banger, so very much appreciated. If you stumble upon this beer, definitely give it a go. Definitely try and get your hands on some of his other beers, because it's just so good. It really, really is. And I'm not just saying that because it's local. I'm one of those people, I don't subscribe to that support local just for local sake, because you can have a local bakery, eatery, brewery, and if they're brewing like consistently mediocre beers, you're not really inclined to buy more. But at the same time, don't think you should shun them because they're producing, try and offer some constructive criticism. But I digress. I don't fully subscribe to dependent on local unless what you get is quality. And this certainly is. So all the links will be in the description down below, as will Adam's links also. And this won't be the last time you see Clayborough, I shouldn't have had KFC, Clayborough on the channel.